Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol SUPN. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. If you're new to charts and not sure what I mean by 30-minute, I do offer an explanation video at that link. So if you go there, I'll explain in detail. Well, quite the eventful day today, not only from the price action point of view, but you look down here at the volume, and all this was occurring on well above average volume. And from a trading standpoint, an interesting setup here, and this will mean a little bit more to those of you that have traded for a while. But if you have traded for a while, I'm sure you've seen a stock that gets beat down in a hurry, and then all of a sudden it just starts to go sideways. It starts to show that, you know what, it's no longer getting beat down, and that's exactly what we had here. Or in other words, like I said, if you've traded for a while, I'm sure you've seen a stock where it gaps down, then after the gap down, it just does something like this the remainder of the day. Just bleeds and bleeds and bleeds. But that was not the case here. The price did actually, now at first it was rough, but then it was able to actually start to get some sideways price movement, which brings about the very important level from a support standpoint, sitting right here around $19.50. Now, don't get me wrong, and I wish I could say trading was this easy. Just because this stock got absolutely beat down and then all of a sudden the price started to go sideways above $19.50 does not mean that this is for sure the bottom. Now, would it be shocking to see some sort of bounce back to the upside? No, that wouldn't be shocking at all. My point is it's at least a logical thought to have. Case in point, let's just say that the price was still just going straight down. And I'm sitting here saying, hey, it's looking like this might be the bottom. You'd be totally justified to say, what are you talking about? It's literally still going straight down. But in this situation, the price is at least going sideways. Again, does that mean that this is guaranteed to be the bottom? No. Does that mean that it's a rational, a logical thought to have? Absolutely. So if this is indeed the bottom, well, first off, by definition, you don't want to see the price going any lower because, well, then that wouldn't be the bottom. So because of that, 1950 is going to be that key level to watch. Anything below there would just imply that all of a sudden the price is now putting in new lows. And like I said, that's not exactly the sign that, this would be any sort of bottom. Now, if the price does start to bounce, let's talk about a couple areas of resistance. Initial area to watch from a resistance standpoint going to be right there at the top of that channel, which the price bumped its head on there many, many times today. And that sits right there around, we'll call it the $20.25 mark. But if 2025 can be broken, next key level after that, not until up there around 2080, which, from a percentage standpoint, that's actually a decent sized percent. And then things really space out. And this is where, these setups always get interesting because, with the big gap down and the big, quick movement to the downside, it can open up the charts in terms of resistance levels. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying if 2080 is broken, it's shooting straight up there to 22. But the point is, you look through the history of the chart here, and there just isn't any other areas of resistance. So the potential is there. Interesting with the sideways movement here. So we'll see if we can get any sort of upwards follow through or not.